Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. We're going to be starting shortly. Yeah. So I'm going to wait. Uh, a number of people will not be able to join us today because of the shutdown in Facebook. Let me provide the links. So, both. We share. We're going to be starting shortly. Mhm. So you can click on the link to purchase any of the books. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us again. Like I said, a number of people won't be able to join us because Facebook is down, and then even WhatsApp, both are now down, and then people can get information. So we ought to have been live on Facebook, but unfortunately we couldn't. But notwithstanding, we will improvise, and a number of you be able to see my face. It's been a long while. Thank you guys for joining us. And it's about my books, 7 in total, and we will be discussing them gradually. I have all the copies here with me. Yeah, all here, all the copies of the book. Yeah, this one is a reflection on the Yoruba nationalism. It's almost 400 pages, and I'm going to detail that for you later. This is Keep Igbo Off Yoruba Land. It's something that you can read. It's about 300, almost 300, almost 300 pages. This one. We have the Yoruba country. Now we'll review some of it for you, if not all. And then Igbo, a clear and present danger in Yoruba land. The Commonwealth of the Yoruba country, some of you must have seen this. Reviving federalism. The books are very important. They are the books for the Yoruba liberation. So I'm going to talk more about them. But before we start, I want to introduce you to something very unique. It is the politics that is going on in South Africa as we speak. The Yoruba nation, we are not the only one agitating for the Oduduwa Republic, to have our own independent nation. Many people are doing it across the world. And I want to sharpen your insight into how they are doing it in South Africa. You will be surprised. The whites in South Africa are actually calling for the Western Cape region to become an independent nation out of South Africa. You know, Scotland is doing that in the United Kingdom. Catalonia are doing that in Spain. It has always been like that in a forced nation together. But you will see the Yoruba leaders. They are also doing the same thing because their party, the PDP, lost power in 2015 and more painfully in 2019. So in 2019, they embraced the agitation for the Oduduwa Republic, but they've got no clue. Now, we'll sharpen your insight into how this is done in South Africa. You will see. Let's quickly look at this short video.
Consent of the people is the cornerstone of democracy. 71% of Cape voters do not want the ANC to govern them. Never in the history of South Africa have the people of the Cape ever given their consent to be governed by the ANC. Since 1994, the ANC has averaged only 36% of the Cape vote. Over the last decade, that average has fallen to 31%. In 2019, despite Ramaphoria, it dropped to an all-time low of 29%. Our government was not chosen by our people. It was chosen despite them.
I'm so used to mediocrity. I don't expect much from the government anyway. I mean, why are we still struggling with such extreme inequality, unemployment and poor education, and not to mention the high levels of crime and gender-based violence?
I do not have the government which I want, as our current government is filled with corruption, incompetence, double standards when it comes to racism, and our country faces a huge unemployment and inequality challenge.
Definitely not. They're incompetent and corrupt, they're obsessed by race, and they're pursuing policies that are doomed to failure. You only have to look at how many people are unemployed and the state of our economy.
I do sometimes wish I can leave, but I can't really afford to, and why should I have to? I do worry about a future for my children. I'm constantly worried about crime. And to be honest, I feel marginalized. Am I even still welcome here?
Every day I consider leaving the country of my birth, as so many of our problems are faced by so many South Africans across the divide. Poor South Africans, particularly those who are black, do not have the means to really be empowered and truly be empowered.
I think everyone has, haven't they? Look, I love South Africa and I really don't want to leave, but I do ask myself, what future do my children really have if I stay here?
Is that even possible? Well, if it's going to mean that corruption, crime, and poverty are finally going to be properly addressed, and that we start building an inclusive community where everyone is welcome, then why not?
I have considered whether the Cape should leave South Africa. I just have never thought that it is really possible or likely. Also, there seems to not be that much support from what I understand, but I really hope that actually there are many closet Cape secessionist supporters out there.
Definitely, I'm all for it. The Cape is different to South Africa and we just want different things. I want a future for my children, and I think if we're going to have that, we have to go it alone.
Our national government was chosen for us, not by us. As the people of the Cape, we do not want this government. The brutal truth, however, is that we did give our consent. We gave it by allowing the rest of South Africa to choose on our behalf. We continue to give it by staying in a voluntary relationship with South Africa. Many would say it has become an abusive relationship, but we don't have to stay. The democratic will of the peoples of the Cape can only ever truly be expressed when we choose our own government. Visit www.capeindependence.org to find out more.
Thank you guys for watching this. That's just a 4-minute video from the Cape Independence Advocacy Group. It's a group in South Africa advocating for Western Cape, one of the 9 regions in South Africa, to be an independent nation. And if you see what they are discussing, it is very much unlike what the Yoruba are doing. The Yoruba, led by Ilana Omo Udua, under the leadership of Professor Banji Akintoye and Sunday Igboho. Yoruba claim to be the most educated out of Africa, but we do things in a disorganized manner, in a manner that is very shameful. If you look at the campaign in South Africa, you look at the campaign in Catalonia, Spain, you look at the campaign in Scotland, in the United Kingdom, they discuss inequality. They are talking about unemployment, poor level of education. These are reasons that they are given for why they want out of the larger country and be an independent nation. The Western Cape are saying the same thing. The Catalonia are saying the same thing. The Scottish are saying the same thing. They're talking about high level of crime, gender-based violence, corruption, incompetence, double standard. They are worrying about the future of their children when they are no longer on the planet Earth. They don't want to go abroad. You could see here from the video we just played. Why South Africa? They said they don't want to leave South Africa to go and look for greener pastures abroad. So they want out to want to have their own independent nation. They're talking about no employment. Look, you don't advocate for Oduduwa Republic the way a manner Professor Banji Akintoye, Sunday Igboho group of people are doing. You ask them, why do you want Oduduwa Republic? They tell you, Fulani are killing us. Fulani Tijokoa. Is that the rationale for you to want out of a nation? Let us be reasonable. You cannot advocate for Oduduwa Republic when you are not well informed, when you are not knowledgeable. I never knew that Awolowo in 1954 addressed the Yoruba people, in which he classified Yoruba nation into three groups of people. Number one, the educated class. Number two, the knowledgeable class. And number three, ignorant masses. We have been calling Yoruba society as an illiterate society for so long. I never knew that Awolowo did the same thing. Awolowo said that the ignorant masses are the majority, that they would rather choose whites to govern over them than educated Yoruba to rule over them. He identified the reason why they are doing that, because they lack knowledge. So, folks, if you look at the caliber of Sunday Igboho group of people and Professor Banji Akintoye, if you look at them, they protest in New York, they are on the streets in London. You ask them why they want to do a republic. They don't have any other reason other than to show the killings of Hausa Fulani of our people. Fake video most of the time, that's what they do. Hausa are killing you. This is not the real reason why you should demand for Oduduwa Republic. It is because you lack the basic knowledge. You lack the understanding. And it is because you don't read. That is the problem. For instance, there is extreme inequality in Nigeria, whereby, for instance, Hausa Fulani says that it is against Sharia law to consume alcohol, to eat pig. But Yoruba people, they will consume pig, sausage roll, for instance. They will drink beer, pay VAT on these goods, consume. The VAT will go to Abuja. The lion's share of the VAT will go to Hausa Fulani, because they put it in the constitution that when the money gets to Abuja, the region with the highest state, the region with the highest local government, the region with the highest population, the region with the highest landmass will take the lion's share of the money. That is extreme inequality. This should be one of the bases of your argument for wanting out of Nigeria. You are the one paying the taxes, but it is Hausa Fulani that are enjoying it. This is captured in my book, The Commonwealth of the Yoruba Region. The reason behind our inclination towards the Oduduwa Republic. Why is it that we want the Oduduwa Republic? The liberals don't understand. If you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. He will never read. And you want to do a republic when you are not well informed. One of the basic reasons for demanding to do a republic is extreme inequality. When I was growing up, I wrote JAM twice. JAM twice as a Yoruba citizen. I couldn't get to school. I waited at home for 2 years. They introduced a quota system saying that Hausa Fulani children, if they want to go to university, they just need to score 10 out of 400. But we Yoruba people, we need to score over 300 to get into university. This is extreme discrimination on our children. It is a basis for you to argue that Nigeria should, Yoruba should opt out of Nigeria. So because you're not reading, you are not knowledgeable, you just dance on the streets, you dance around, you wave horrible flags. Why do you want out of Oduduwa Republic? Fulani ti power, Fulani ti bayewaje. You cannot argue intelligently as a people because you don't read. We have just watched a documentary about the white South Africans. They also want out of South Africa. Their region is called Western Cape region. They're saying they want out. They're complaining about extreme inequality, saying that their resources have been taken away to fund other areas, saying that since they had their region, they have never voted for the president of that country. It is other people that have always been voting for the president of South Africa. They want out. They complain about unemployment. It is the same thing in Yoruba land. Here, in this book, Keep Igbo of Yoruba land. The title is just a clickbait. I discuss more than Igbo. For example, I wrote about unemployment here. You go to, we have NNPC in Yoruba land, NNPC depots in Yoruba land. We have in Igbo land. We have in Hausa Fulani land. If you go to NNPC depot in Hausa Fulani land, 100% of the people that are working there are Hausa Fulani citizens. If you come to NNPC depot also in Yoruba land, it is Hausa Fulani wearing Babariga dress in our depot. Our children don't have job. If you go to police in Hausa Fulani land, it is Hausa Fulani citizens. 90% of the time that are working there come to police barracks, police stations across Yoruba land. It is predominantly occupied by non-Yoruba people. Our own children don't have job. Unemployment is a legitimate reason for you to demand for Oduduwa Republic. Go to military barrack. We told you there are 26 military formation in Lagos State alone. 26 different formations, all occupied by our Hausa Fulani people. And we come abroad to wash toilets. We can't get jobs in Yoruba land. Unemployment is a legitimate reason for you to advocate for Oduduwa Republic, for you to reject the unitary system. This is captured in this book. Keep Igbo off Yoruba land. High level of crime is a legitimate reason for you to demand for Oduduwa Republic, for you to demand that Yoruba should opt out of Nigeria. Not you dancing on the street. In this book, Keep Igbo off Yoruba land, I capture the situation of Mr. Adewale and Mr. Okoro. I'll give you the page that they are. I think chapter 14. Yeah. Chapter 44. Adewale versus Okoro, page 110. You must have forgotten, all of you. You must have forgotten what happened in 2016. Ayodele Adewale, he was a Yoruba citizen and the chairman of Amuwo Odofin local government. It's captured in this book. Ignore the title. Buy the book. You can get it on the Amazon. Ayodele Adewale, he was then the chairman of the Amuwo Odofin local government in 2016. A chairman had to go onto the street to protest against Mr. Okoro, Dan Okoro, an Igbo citizen from Igbo land. He was the assistant commissioner of police in charge of Area E Command in Festac Town, Lagos. We're talking about high rate of crime. Mr. Okoro and Igbo, a police officer in charge, assistant commissioner of police in charge of Area E in Yoruba land, when Yoruba children don't have job. Mr. Okoro would take money from criminal to use haulage, you know, those truck, haulage vehicles, big truck, to ply along Festac, killing people, damaging the road, which was against the law of Lagos State. A number of people have been killed, crimes have been committed. The local government chairman, Adewale Ayodele, he had to carry placard to be protesting on the streets because an Igbo man is the assistant commissioner of police in charge of that area who has refused to obey the law. This is a legitimate reason for you to ask for Oduduwa Republic, for you to say that you want out of Nigeria because of this system. How can we have a police formation in Yoruba land? Our children cannot work there. You see, so if you are not knowledgeable, you cannot advocate for Oduduwa Republic on behalf of the Yoruba nation. You know, there is gender-based violence across Yoruba land. You know how many Yoruba women are being abused in workplaces? I once told you about my experience from my former classmate, a married woman being told by a director, she works with a federal government agency in Ibadan. The director happens to be a Fulani. The director insisted that he must have sex with her before she can be promoted. Is that not gender-based violence against our women? A foreigner in Yoruba land wanting to sleep with a Yoruba woman because of job that is based in Yoruba land. Gender-based violence. This is a legitimate reason for you to advocate for Oduduwa Republic. There is incompetencies everywhere. Look at the caliber of candidates from Hausa Fulani who are president of Nigeria. Look at Buhari, for example. He only had 6 months cadet training. Buhari has no secondary school certificate. Every time he speaks like a rogue. I will kill, I will kill, I will kill a president. Look at his 1st of October address. It's about killing, killing. These are incompetent souls that are ruling Yoruba nation. This is sufficient reason for us to opt out of this place. But you don't know how to argue your case because you are not knowledgeable. You are not well educated. You don't have to have PhD. You don't have to have master's degree. You just have to go to at least polytechnic or colleges of education or university to have a first degree. Awolowo had first degree. Tinubu, that all of us are looking up to, he didn't have a master's degree. Awolowo never had a master's degree. And they are better than all of their peers with PhD. You just need to read something, read books. This is less than 300 pages. Keep Igbo off Yoruba land. In this book, I explain an instances. You know, the blue light rain in Lagos. Fashola, when he was sitting governor, he complained bitterly, saying that he went to the World Bank to go and borrow 160 million naira to construct the light railway in Lagos. He complained bitterly that Tinker ports generate about 2 trillion every 3 months. Imagine if we are the one, Yoruba people, we are the one collecting that 2 trillion from Tinker port. Fashola will have only taken 160 million naira from that 2 trillion, and we will be left with 1.84 trillion naira. We would not have incurred loan from the World Bank. We wouldn't have incurred interest rates. But Igbo suspended regional government. Hausa Fulani perpetrated the unitary system. That is why they control our ports today. That is why we are poor. So Fashola is incurring debts in World Bank, in IMF, to build infrastructure. Likewise, other Lagos state governors, because our resources has been stolen away by the unitary system. This is captured in this book. Keep Igbo off Yoruba land. If you don't read, you will not be able to advocate intelligently. It is not enough for you to go onto the street and be waving ridiculous flag. It is not enough. You're just waving flag. Oh, Dua Nation now. Oh, Dua Nation now. People putting away on their head with no knowledge of anything that is going on. There is double standard in Nigeria. It's a legitimate reason for you to say you want out of Nigeria. Look at the quota system. Look at the ridiculous zoning that they are talking about. Fulani are saying they want zoning. Igbo are saying they want zoning. And some stupid Yoruba are supporting them, saying that they want zoning. If we want to zone the presidency of Nigeria, we might as well break the country. Igbo, go and rule yourself. Yoruba, go and rule yourself. Hausa Fulani, go and rule yourself. Why must we be zoning the presidency of Nigeria? It is the people who are the majority in terms of the population of Nigeria, who is the economic backbone of Nigeria, that should only produce the presidency of Nigeria. And that people is the Yoruba people. They don't do zoning in United Kingdom. English will never permit Scottish to be prime minister because English are the majority. The GDP of London alone, which is part of England, the GDP of London is greater than the GDP of the whole of Scotland, plus Wales, and plus Northern Ireland. The Northern Irish, the Scottish, and the Welsh will never contest with the English to be Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. And Fulani says they want to rotate presidency with the Yoruba. Igbo says they want to rotate presidency. Are we stupid? This is well captured here. Reflection on Yoruba nationalism. We are the people feeding these people. Why should they compete with us in the governance of Nigeria? Only Yoruba should be president of Nigeria. No other ethnic group. If they don't want it, let them go away and form Arewa Republic and form Indibo Republic. This is the best of my work that I've done in years. The books I have done, this one, I put in passion into this, logic into this, sheer determination, and it is written in simple English. You will be able to read and enjoy it. It is just not up to 400, but almost 400 pages. You will enjoy this. Look at the fantastic things that we have been able to put here. A future worth fighting for. A right to the future. Fulani atrocity. In as much as I capture Igbo atrocity in this book, keep Igbo off Yoruba land. I explain in this book, chapter 3 of this book, Fulani atrocity. You will be surprised the number of things that Fulani have done against the Yoruba nation. If you don't know all of this, you will continue to be subjugated by these people. Why Yoruba land is poor, you will see. And if you read all of this, you will have the foundational basis for you to argue in favor of Oduduwa Republic, for you to argue in favor of the Yoruba presidency, for you to argue that Nigeria must be restructured. The case for change is the most beautiful piece here. The power of change. I spoke about Amotekun. You know, we conceived Amotekun. Wow, we conceived Amotekun many, many years ago, asking the Yoruba governors that they need to take leadership and protect the lives and properties of their subjects, the citizens of Yoruba land. Here we spoke elaborately about citizen categorization in Yoruba land. It is not everybody with Yoruba name who is a Yoruba citizen. A number of people are using Yoruba name and they are not Yoruba citizens. I'm sorry, Facebook and WhatsApp have crashed. That's why we are unable to get on these two platforms. There's something here that I've done that you will have loved. People are going to church every blessed day in Yoruba land. Why are they going to church? Why are they going to mosque? Essentially because of healthcare. Many of us are sick. You will see a number of people, they party, they eat, they have big houses, they drive big cars. Ordinary malaria will kill them. Ordinary malaria. Because of lack of qualitative healthcare that is free. In United Kingdom, healthcare is free, paid for from the taxes that the people are paying. We have 159 recognized local government in Yoruba land. 159. There is nothing wrong in having one general hospital in each of these 159. We can have it. We have about less than 2,000 wards across Yoruba land. I think it's about 1,908. Less than 2,000 wards. We can have 1,908 health centers across Yoruba land that will be treating minor illnesses like headache, back pain, leg pain, and stuff like that. We can fund it from the taxes paid for in Yoruba land. This is captured in this book. It's captured in this book. You just need to read. Without knowledge, our society will remain an illiterate society. You can get these books on the Amazon. People have been buying it all across the world. There's something here, those of you who have brought this book. Tinubu, The Path to Freedom, chapter 28. You just need to read it. Impressive thing that guy has done. The name is there. Reflections. I've sent you the link. Let me show you the one. Yeah. Madam, this is it. That's the name of the book. Reflections on Yoruba Nationalism. The book includes a lot of information in just a few words. It is the bestseller for me. It's less than 400 pages. Trust me. I'm conscious of the fact that many of us are busy thinking, so I don't want this book to be so voluminous. You can read this in a week. It enables you to argue the case, to speak to your children intelligently. Yoruba only problem. We have one problem as Yoruba people. And our problem is Nigeria. How to break up Nigeria. I captured that in chapter 13. Chapter 14, breaking up Nigeria. Chapter 17, if you read, you will be marveled. You won't believe how we've been able to extract information from the federal government of Nigeria. I listed all the English general that trained Boko Haram to kill. Inexcusable. Chapter 17, page 161. I gave the name and details of all these people. You think this country don't know about it? Look at the first paragraph. The recurrent killings of people across Nigeria by the Hausa and Fulani is not to take over anybody's farmland for grazing. That is pure propaganda. They are killing to reduce your moral to that of slaves and then dominate you politically, economically, and socially. They employ any weapon to influence the mind of their opponent. The purpose of the Fulani insensate killings is a technique to mislead, intimidate, demoralize, or influence the thinking or behavior of their opponent. The killing, the clear opponent of the Fulani is the Yoruba nation. The killing is a kind of psychological warfare on the Yoruba people, supported by the self-serving career politicians in England. The frequent training of the Nigerian Armed Forces personnel, who are predominantly Hausa and Fulani by the English army, is totally unacceptable. It is meant to continue to suppress and subjugate the Yoruba nation and our people. The extermination of the Yoruba people by the Fulani with the backing of the self-serving career politicians in England lay ahead unless urgent action is taken to stop the MI6, an English intelligence officer participating in the training of Hausa and Fulani disguised as training the Nigerian armed forces to fight Boko Haram. I gave details of the name of the general who are English intelligence officer training Hausa Fulani. The essence is to take over Yoruba and continue to kill you. It's a well-detailed book. Police came to my house in 2019 and seized the manuscript of this book. I had to start all over again in 2020 before we could be able to produce this in 2021. They seized it because of that chapter and many more. So you can easily get it on the link. We will supply you with the link. Reflections on Yoruba nationalism. I'm going to supply you now. That is the link. It's very cheap. It is just for your brain. It is. So there's more. If you get that, you just have to get this as well. There's a particular This has a fantastic address to the Yoruba leader. It's very important. The damage they are doing to Yoruba nation is great, but we need to stop them. We need to stop them in what they are doing. Oil, land, and water. Very impressive thing that you need to read. I will send you. I'll send you the link to these. Yes, you can help to send the link as well. So Igbo. This is what an individual who purchased this book, he told me what he feel about the book. He said, when he did his comment about this, he said, this is a call to action book. It is clear and stand out. A call to action. He says to me, the book shows how you solve the problem you identify. We've identified the problem. Don't let any Igbo deceive you that Fulanization is the problem. Fulani trooping into our space, killing us. Igboization is a major problem in Yoruba land, and this book addresses that. Igboization is a major problem. If you said to the Fulani, go back to your space, they quickly pack themselves in their trucks. Zoom, they move away. Say to the Igbo to leave Yoruba land, they will come out with guns. They are dangerous than Fulani. They actually brought Fulani to power. In 9 federal elections, they voted for Fulani. I don't want to read everything for you. I want you to get the copy. Our society is an illiterate society. When I gave a complimentary copy to my friend, Miss Olua, her daughter picked it up and started reading it. A 10-year-old girl. And she was probing questions, asking her mother questions that she couldn't even answer. She quickly picked up the book and started reading it. And when the child came back from school the next day, she was saying, where's my book? Where's my book? She wanted to read it. A 10-year-old, asking the mother, why is it that the Yoruba are easily destroyed? Why is it that everyone is taking advantage of the Yoruba people? We cannot claim to be the most intelligent or the most educated, and we don't even read anything to support our call for action. This is a call to action book. It is clear and stand out. Keep Igbo off Yoruba. I think I need to send you the link. I want some of you guys to confirm to me that you have purchased one before we leave. So I've sent you the link. And to others who are watching us from the links are there. Now, before I go on, you watch the first clip of the South African thing. And I want you to watch another video from South Africa. The only reason why I want you to see that video is to appreciate one thing. When you are advocating for change, you bring out your best mind, not illiterates, not people that are just there to deceive the people. You bring out your best mind. And if you are advocating for change, the majority of individuals that do come out to speak are economists. Economists. Go to the Catalonia, who are always speaking for them? Economists. In South Africa, those who are agitating to have their own region, the whites, They brought out who? Economists. You are going to see it in this short video. So it is not that only economists are better to advocate for change. They have been so trained to do so. Lawyers are also good. But when we are talking about fundamentals, what do you want to do, Republic? You bring out economists. That's why it's very easy for me to explain all of this, because I'm a trained economist. I'm a development economist. Let us see this, and you see. Take note of the name, Russell Lambert. Take note of the guy that will be speaking now.
Well, I joined the march today because I am supportive, very supportive of the Cape independence movement. I think that an independent Cape is a way to potentially secure a great future, not only for the Western Cape, but I think it would start to benefit the rest of South Africa to have political decentralization, a devolution of power away from these dominant parties in Pretoria. For over 100 years, we've had one group trying to dominate everyone else from the center of the country. And it's time that we start understanding the need and the power of decentralization, of political autonomy at the local level, independence for Zulus, for other tribes in South Africa, and for the Western Cape as well. Politically, this is going to get more and more difficult, but in some ways also easier, because the movement is growing. More and more credible voices are joining the movement, and the Cape Independence Advocacy Group has created the space for more and more political parties to air their views on this and to start having an open and honest debate about this. At the end of the day, Cape independence can only happen if a significant and vocal and passionate majority of the people want it. And so what this is all about is to put forward the vision of an independent Cape, to put forward that vision to the people and say, this is what's possible, are you in?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just have to cut it short. Look at that guy speaking. His name is Russell Lambert. He's white South African. He's an economist and an author, like myself. He's the one leading the call for change in South Africa. If you listen to him very well, he spoke about devolution of power. He said he will not accept one group dominating others. It's not accepting black people ruling over the whites in South Africa. He spoke at length, devolution of power, decentralization. I watched a debate in South Africa in which the whites were saying that they want to have total control of the police and the military in their region, the Western Cape. So all of you who are following Sunday Igboho ought to be in the background without anybody knowing him. He doesn't have the grasp, the understanding of the need for Oduduwa Republic. Everything Sunday Igboho started speaking about, want to buy Portwa, want to be Poa, these were coming from us, the YYF. Look at his book, The Yoruba Country. This is what the guy said to me. I want you to see it. Said, beautifully told tale of the Yoruba nation. What will be different when the problem is solved by you? Beautifully told tale of the Yoruba nation. In this book, we trace the foundation of the Yoruba country. Our kind of government before the English colonial thugs came in 1851 and killed our ancestors. People don't understand and don't appreciate one fundamental fact. When the English colonial thug came in 1851, they attacked us in Lagos. They killed 5,000 Yoruba people. We only managed to kill 900 of them. 5,000 of Yoruba people in Lagos. What was the population of Lagos? 22,000. in 1851, and English killed 5,000. Abiola said that they must pay reparation for killing our ancestors, for taking our ancestors into slavery, for stealing our wealth to build England. John Major assassinated him. He agreed in principle to the assassination of MKO Abiola. Our generation just kept quiet about it. These people are terrorists, not ISIS, not Taliban. The English are terrorists. They came to Yoruba land and ruled us for 100 years. You get your history here so that you'll be able to speak authoritatively and demand justice. We were a nation before the English came. We had our own system. Why is it that every Yoruba citizen that is agitating for change in Yoruba land, the English always supported the Fulani to kill them? That was why MI6 was trying to kill Tinubu, using NSAS as a cover-up. This is the beautifully told story of Yoruba land. Our contest as a people. I wrote about self-preservation and self-determination. You can never have self-determination without playing politics. You will never. You're just making noise. Allow the best of our mind, young people with fertile mind, with the brain, boldness, the mental capacity to speak, to champion the cause of the Yoruba nation. Not illiterates, not people that are uninformed, not people that are parading themselves and dancing all across the street in the name of rubbish protest. All of these Yoruba that are protesting on the street, they cannot sit down for 5 minutes to pick up this book and start reading to acquire knowledge. They use our materials. They use our videos. They copy everything that we are saying. Let them sit down for 10 minutes to read. They won't be able to do it. They will just be parading themselves on the street protesting. You need knowledge first. You understand the problem. Then collectively we can solve it. Challenges of the Yoruba country. I wrote about challenges of the Yoruba country here. We have challenges and we have addressed it as a movement. We told you not everybody with a Yoruba name is a Yoruba citizen. A number of fake people are using Yoruba name. A number of half Yoruba are working for the interest of the Fulani. Look at that guy, Femi Fani-Kayode. Femi Fani-Kayode successfully profiled Nnamdi Kanu. He successfully profiled Sunday Igboho. He wanted to profile me. I bullshit the hell out of him. He used his former wife, that Igbo lady. He will call me and ask the lady to kneel down for me, pleading with me not to attack Igbo again in my speeches and in my writings. I said, bullshit. You are a Libra. I'm conservative. You can't influence me. Why should I work with you? He was trying to profile me for the Fulani, which I knew. The only reason why I refused to associate with him or work with him was that he's Libra and he's half Yoruba. We have always known him to be half Fulani. So we didn't work with him. You will remember there was a time I did a video in a barber shop and I was lambasting, abusing him, that he was trying to profile me. He reported me to Ganiyu Adamu. Femi Fani-Kayode and Ganiyu Adamu are very close. I can tell you authoritatively that Ganiyu Adamu is working for the Fulani on the ground. Femi Fani-Kayode reported me to Ganiyu Adamu that I insulted him. So Ganiyu Adamu called me and put the phone on speaker. Femi Fani-Kayode was there. Yinka Odumakin, the late Yinka Odumakin was there. And then there was a guy called Mogaji Are, if my memory will not fail me. Mogaji Are and Ganiyu Adamu, they were there. Ganiyu Adamu was telling me to apologize to him. I said, me, apologize to him. He called himself a former minister. He blocked me on WhatsApp because I would not accept the idea that he was sending his wife to me to talk to me so that I can stop insulting Igbo. I can stop exposing the Fulani. I said, I'm not insulting the Igbo. I'm exposing their criminality. as well as that of the Fulani. You can't you can't just dictate to me. I'm the president of a movement. You can't come from nowhere and dictate to me. I refuse to apologize to him. I said he is the one to apologize to me because he cannot hold a debate and he blocked me. He's actually owing me 20,000 pounds, which Jonathan gave me, that he stole. He and Deji Adeyoju, they stole my money because it was my research work that they were using. They were using my material to campaign for their useless PDP. He later apologized. He was unable to profile me. He wanted to get close to me, get the knowledge of our movement. The police in this country even fail at that. They can't get any information of our movement. He was doing that. If I am foolish like the others, he will have profiled me, give details about me and our movement to Fulani. He profiled successfully Sunday Go because that one is an illiterate, of course. Many people don't even know that Nnamdi Kanu too is an illiterate. Nnamdi Kanu never graduated. He went to school, but he never graduated. He was doing rubbish things. He was just that one is a fraudster by excellence. It's only the evil people that are falling for his gimmick. He's a fraudster. But he profiled the two successfully because they are all of the same kind. That's why they are able to be destroyed, arrested, and put in where they were put. But we are concerned about our own citizen, Sunday Igboho, and we are working to ensure his interest is protected because he's a full-blooded Yoruba. But Femi Fani-Kayode, they successfully profiled them for the Fulani. He doesn't have anything about me. Nothing. He wanted to profile me. I bullshitted. So forget about the guy anyway. I realized that the number of people are abusing him, blah, blah, blah. He has been very clear from day one. He has never hidden it. He's half Fulani. So he will always be working for them. All of this time, look at Atiku. Atiku, majority of you have forgotten. I captured it here in this book, Reflection on Yoruba Nationalism. Atiku, Tinubu brought him in 2007 under AC to contest for presidency. After that, what happened? He went back to the PDP. Nuru Ribadu, Tinubu brought him in 2011 to contest as president under ACN. After he lost, what happened? Nuru Ribadu went back to the PDP. Later, Nuru Ribadu and Atiku, they joined Tinubu APC. Remember? Yeah, they joined. After they chased away Jonathan in 2015, towards the election of 2019, Atiku left APC, moved back to the PDP to do what? To capture the ticket, because they were worried, very concerned that if this guy, the former governor of Ekiti State, Fayose, if he secured the PDP ticket in that 2019 election, he will have rubbish Buhari. All these Fulani that you see, John Ketting, did you see conservative Yoruba moving from one party to another? Conservative, which one did you see? Conservative Yoruba, jumping party. We don't. We stick with one party. All of these half Yoruba that you see jumping about, they are working for Fulani, and we're going to take power from them. That's why I'm asking you to get this book, Reflection on Yoruba Nationalism. It's very tough. It will open your mind. It will open your brain. It will enable you to think rationally like a human being. If you truly desire change in Yoruba land, Reflection on Yoruba Nationalism is a must-have. It's on the Amazon. You get the copy. This is a wonderful book, The Yoruba Country. It's just 70 pages. So don't think it is voluminous like this one. This is about 400 pages. This is about 300 pages. You can get a copy of this, The Yoruba Country. You know where we are coming from and where we are going. And if you don't, you won't be able to argue authoritatively about this desire for change. Do you understand? This, Igbo, a clear and present danger. It's also available on the Amazon. This one is all about the crimes of the Igbo in Yoruba land. And I spoke about the man that must be credited for the greatness of the Yoruba nation today. I spoke about him. I spoke about another man, Adeyinka Grandson and Obafemi Awolowo. I spoke about Balewa and Zik. I wrote about the Nigerian Biafra War and the special relationship of the Igbo and the Fulani. I spoke about that. The Igbo in Yoruba land, the concept of Omoluabi, and the three reasons why Igbo are dropping into Yoruba land. This is a very impressive book. It's on the Amazon. Well, we can give you the. Let me quickly give you the link too. In the comment section, you get the link. Yeah, you get the link in the comment section. I hope we'll come out more often to talk more about this book. Look, I believe all the Yoruba who are clamoring for Oduduwa Republic, all of you, if you must read one book that will explain the reason why we need Oduduwa Republic, it must be this. There's something that you don't understand about this book. I will enable you to know it. There's one thing. I got the comments of the guy who has read this book. He said to me that this book is intoxicating, too delicious not to finish in one sitting. That was how the guy put it. The reason behind our inclination towards Oduduwa Republic. Now, let me say this, and I think I should play the Yoruba national anthem before saying this, but it doesn't really matter. When we started using the Yoruba national anthem many years ago, the Libra that are supporting Sunday Igboho today, that are supporting Professor Banji Akintoye, they were the one attacking me. These people that are shouting Odua Nation now, we call them Yoruba alligator. It's a new name that they have been given to them. They are not patriotic to Yoruba cause. It is because their party, the PDP, lost power. That was why they embraced our agitation for Oduduwa Republic. And they are doing it for being fake, in a fake way, just taking money from people. When we were using the national anthem, they said that I'm the one who wrote the national anthem. I said, no, the national anthem was written even before I was born. Later, they said, no, they will not accept the national anthem because it's the national anthem of Osun State. I said, no, Osun State adopted it. It has always been the national anthem of the Yoruba nation, written by our lower generation. This Libra, hey, Yoruba nation, they said it was me. I said there was nothing new that we as a movement, the Young Yoruba for Freedom, there's nothing new that we have done. We are not reinventing the wheel. We work on what our leaders, our ancestors have done, our grandparents have done in the past, and we brought it to limelight in our own time. And we want to finish what our ancestors has done. We want to correct the mistake of our ancestors. That's why we came out. I started this thing at the age of 19. We founded Young Yoruba for Freedom when I was a teenager. In case some of you don't know, I'm in my early 40s. So you can know we've been doing this for well over 20 years. When I published this book, I explained to the people the same way I explained about the national anthem of the Yoruba. I am not the one who wrote it. I wasn't even born when the national anthem was written. I accept it, including the flag. You see the Yoruba agitators who are shouting Sunday Igboho, who are supporting Professor Banji Akintoye. You know they have one ridiculous blue-green flag. The whole Hausa Fulani party, that's their flag. When we produced this book, the title of this book, we were just passing a message to you. The real name of our country is the Commonwealth of the Yoruba Kingdom. I am not the one who gave that name. The name of our country is not Oduduwa Republic. It's not Yoruba Nation. Oduduwa Republic or Yoruba Nation, these are colloquial names that we could easily use. It's like United Kingdom. Their official name is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. People call them for short Britain. Some call them United Kingdom. But the official name is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Because it's so long, they shorten it. Our official name as Yoruba people is not Oduduwa Republic. It's not Yoruba Nation. Our official name is the Commonwealth of the Yoruba Kingdom. And I will explain this because we read a lot. A society that is reading, it will be very difficult to be suppressed and subjugated. It's because Yoruba people don't read anymore. That's why Igbo are easily deceive you. Fulani come and threaten you and take over your jobs in Yoruba because you don't read anymore. Why is this? Where is it coming from? Awolowo addressed the Yoruba Obas when people started agitating for Oduduwa Republic before independence. The Yoruba Oba were worried and said, Tabani Oduduwa Republic, Adabi France ni o, pa gbogbo àwọn ọba o. Awolowo wá sọ fún wọn pé no ní pa yín. Orúkọ wa gangan ni the Commonwealth of the Yoruba Kingdom. Awolowo sọ fún wọn pé nígbà tí Oduduwa bí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀, àwọn grandchildren ẹ̀, ó ní pé kán lọ dá kingdom kéréje káàkiri ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. That's why tẹ́ ṣe ní Remo Kingdom, Ìjẹ̀bú Kingdom, Àkókò Kingdom, Ifẹ̀ Kingdom, all of these other kingdoms nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ta ní Ọ̀yọ́ Kingdom ló wá di empire, ló control more than 90% of all of these smaller kingdoms. Oduduwa sọ pé kán lọ dá kingdom sílẹ̀. Orúkọ Yorùbá ni Commonwealth of the Yoruba Kingdom. Ta shortness sí Oduduwa Republic. Nítorí pé a ní ọpọlọ, a lè jókòó, a lè kàwé, a lè ṣe research, ló ṣe dàbẹ́ ni pé a mọ nǹkan jù yín lọ. So gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pariwo Sunday Igboho, tẹ́ ń pariwo Professor Banji Akintoye, tẹ́ bá ra ìwé yìí, ó wà lórí Amazon. Tẹ́ bá ra ìwé yìí, tẹ́ bá jókòó lọ́jọ́ kan, tẹ́ bá kà, gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ronú á yàtọ̀. A lot of things lẹ mọ̀. First thing, ẹ argue títí blindly. Ẹ̀yin lè wá ń kọ national anthem yẹn dè ní. Gbogbo àti ẹ bá ti sọ pé kán lọ pa mí, kán lọ gbé mi tì, kán lọ ṣe gbá fún mi, kán bá ti pa mí ńkọ́. Gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ gain lọ́pọlọ mi ṣe máa rí torí pé bí ìwèrè lẹ ṣe máa ṣe. Ẹ reject national anthem yẹn títí dè ní òun lẹ wá ń kọ. Ọmọdúnwà dìde bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ní ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Ẹ lè ṣe kẹ́ má kọ nǹkan tẹ́ ti reject nígbà táwọn àkọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Gbogbo wọn tí YYF bá sọ lẹ máa ń ṣe gbẹ̀yìn. Orúkọ wa lélẹ̀, the Commonwealth of the Yoruba Kingdom, ní official name orúkọ ìlú wa. Nítorí pé ogun la ṣe shortness sí Oduduwa Republic. Tẹ́ bá ka ìwé Oduduwa economic facts, the key economic fact that prove that Oduduwa Republic will be a wealthy nation. Àwọn kan máa sọ fún yín pé Oduduwa Republic gbà wò. Tẹ́ bá ka ẹ máa lè argue economically, ẹ máa lè argue with facts. Constitution wa wà ńbẹ̀. Federation wa wà ńbẹ̀. Tentative federation wa, the administrative division 35 ni. Èmi kọ́ ni mo ṣe, Bọ́lá Ìgè ló ṣe. Bọ́dẹ̀ ẹ̀ mọ́, tẹ́ bá kà báyìí ni Adéyínká ló tún gbé 35 administrative region yìí wá. Àwa ń kàwé, nǹkan tá fi yàtọ̀ nìyẹn. Tẹ́yin náà bá ń ka ìwé, tẹ́ bá ń kàwé, á máa jọ ronú bákan náà. Do you understand? But ẹ kì í kàwé, ẹ kàn máa ń jó ni náà. Kẹ́tẹ̀ máa sọ pé káwọn èèyàn máa dáwó, ká máa dá. Tẹ́ bá jókòó, tẹ́ bá wo àwọn tó máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, Dara talk show, bọ̀bọ̀ tó wà ní Scotland yẹn, ó ti sọ pé òun sick. Gbogbo àwọn Koiki gbogbo wọn yẹn. Ṣé máa ń gain lọ́pọlọ wọn ni? Ṣé máa ń gain? Ṣé wọ́n lè dúró síwájú UN? Ṣé wọ́n lè dúró sí even Westminster? Kan advance the cause of the Yoruba nation. Koiki yẹn tó lè dúró. Tó lè advance argument in favor of Oduduwa Republic. Should they advance argument in favor of Yoruba presidency? Oh, they advance because wọn kì í kàwé, wọn kàn máa jókòó sórí internet sọsọkúsọ sòṣì ọ̀rọ̀, wọn kàn lè wo fídíò mi ẹyọ kan gbùrù, wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa jump all over it. Go and buy this book. You will see the economic facts why we need Oduduwa Republic. You will know the incentive to support the Oduduwa Republic. Why tẹ́ ṣe máa support ẹ̀? Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ support ẹ̀. Why a lot of Yoruba APC, they're illiterate. Wọ́n pọ̀ bí wèrè. Wọ́n kàn pariwo Tinubu kiri. Tinubu illiterate ni wọ́n. Wọ́n rò bóyá pé ó ti di tán Yorùbá nìyẹn. kò dí tán ní Yorùbá kankan, Yorùbá nìkan ló máa rú Nàìjíríà. Tọ́lá ọ̀ bá wọn ṣe zoni o. Bá wọn ṣe zoni. Go and look at it. Here in this book, wàá rí the Yoruba exception. Unemployment in power, inequality, mass migration. Kò sẹ́ni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. These are legitimate reasons for you to demand for Oduduwa Republic. Wàá rí bí a ṣe address àwọn ọba wa. Nínú ìwé yìí, a sọ fún àwọn ọba pé wọ́n ń ṣe olórí wa o. Wọ́n ń ṣe olórí wa rárá. A yàn wọ́n láti represent interest wa ni. Àwa la yàn wọ́n, a lè yọ wọ́n bí ìjìgà. Àìmọye ọba tán ti yọ ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Wọ́n ń ṣe olórí wa. Gbogbo èèyàn ò lè jó lórí. Ẹ máa wá ẹnìkan lára yín pé ókè ìwọ òní leader wa. Máa sọ̀rọ̀ fún wa. Nǹkan tá a fi sọ fún wọn nìyẹn. Ṣé èmi lè máa run wá bí ọ̀dẹ̀ kí n kàn máa take decision on my own? Ṣé àwọn tó kù ò ní máa complain? A yan àwọn ọba yẹn láti ṣàṣojú wa ni. A sọ nínú ìwé, tí wọn bá ṣàṣojú wa, we remove them. We have that power. So all of them, tell this lady, Dara talk show tó máa ń lanu tó máa sọ̀rọ̀, abọ́ba bújọ ìwéré oṣù tó máa ń ṣe nìyẹn. Wọn ò dẹ̀ ní justification. Wọn kò dédé jókòó, wọn mọ information, wọn mọ anything. They can't articulate anything. Sọ fún wọn kílẹ̀ tẹ́ fi fẹ́ Odùduwà Republic. Fúlàní pa wá, Fúlàní pa wá, Tinubu ti tà wá. Ṣé bó ṣe fẹ́ Odùduwà Republic nìyẹn? Ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ rí fídíò South Africa tí mo play fún yín. An economist ló ń lead campaign wọn náà wọn fẹ́ kúrò nínú South Africa, àwọn white tó wà ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n lọ gbé àwọn expert wá ní. Tó ní fún tó lè kanná tó mọ̀ òwe tó lọ́pọlọ to shape the future for them. So ẹni tó ka ìwé yìí tó sọ fún mi ó ní, man, this book is intoxicating, too delicious to finish, not to finish in one sitting. Ó lóun wá engrossed ni because ó kàn ní pé okay, wọ́n everybody agitate for Odùduwà Republic. Tó bá gbọ́ nǹkan tó ń sọ kò mọ́gbọ́n wá. And he started reading this. Ó ti relay, you know. Keep Igbo of Yoruba land. This is the best one. So reflection. He works with the NHS. In the tó ń bá ti wà, support worker ló ń ṣe. Ó máa ń wo àwọn disabled ni. Ní tó ń bá ti set wọn up tán ti ń sùn, wọ́n á gbéwèé, wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa kà. Bí medical line ló wà, but orí ẹ̀ pé sùn because he's been reading all of these things. Ó lè argue intelligently, kò need láti show pé aggression. Ó máa argue intelligently as to reason why tó jẹ́ pé Yorùbá nìkan ló máa jẹ president, àbí why tá a ṣe ní Odùduwà Republic. Ó máa argue intelligently. Medical line ló wà. It's not expected to know these things. But nítorí pé ó ń ka ìwé, ó ń ka other things, ó ní idea here and there. Ó ní knowledge. Mr. Nelson náà, wọn náà máa ń gba iyì gan táwọn bá lọ fún debate. Tí Mr. Nelson bá sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí, èmi gan máa wò pé ṣé fídíò mi náà lè wò báyìí boss. Kíní ẹ ti wà ń brain wọ́n ti mọ̀ dáadáa. And people have been saying to him, come to Nigeria, come and contest. He knows the problem. He's been watching our video. He's been supporting us morally, financially, and otherwise. He's one of our great support base. He's been reading things like this. Papa Sorrow, all of you would like to vote for him. Because one more problem here. You just occasionally buy books and read. There is serious agitation for Yoruba nation. Everybody is protesting every other. Be exceptional. Acquire some reading skill. Can quality debates. Could debate authoritatively. Look, you see, this one. This booklet. Easy for you to comprehend. Reviving federalism. If you buy this, it's a good investment. Now, everything that way also, people are not talking about devolution of power, restructuring. This book was written in 2012. All of the things that you are now talking about, I have explained it. What has gone wrong? Kilo Shele in Nigeria, it is the suspension of the regional government. How do we renegotiate federalism at Abuja? You don't need all these nonsense conferences, Abacha conference, Obasanjo conference, Jonathan conference. Some people are still proposing that Buhari should come and do one useless conference. Some are saying that when Tinubu comes, he should also come and be doing rubbish conference. No! The problem is very clear. Before independence, I capture it in this book. We sat down for 2 years. The Yoruba, the Hausa, Fulani, and Igbo in London, along with others. We said, this is how we want to rule ourselves. We all agree that we want to chase away the English and govern ourselves. But how do we govern ourselves? We said we are going to adopt parliamentary system of government, that each regions will rule themselves. That was it. Then we had 3 regions. The minority in 1958 said they don't want to be forced together with the majority. They want to be on their own. So we agreed that the minority in the Yoruba region, which was called Western region, the minority were Edo and Urobo. They will have their own region called Midwest. The minority forced together with the Igbo, Efik Ibibio, and Ijo will be separated into 2 and have their own region. The minority forced together with the Hausa Fulani in the north, the Kanuri, the Nope, the Tiv, the Dunkun, all of them will have their region. So we moved from 3 to about 10 regions. That was what we agreed. So there's no basis of doing conferences. Igbo destroyed that system. We just needed Tinubu to come back and give us 10 regions or 15. Simple. We don't need any conferences. It will just give us like 10 regions. I think 15 regions is too many. But 10. Yoruba region, Ijo region, Edo Urobo region, Efik Ibibio region, Igbo region, Hausa region, Kanuri region, Western Middle Belt, Central Middle Belt, and Eastern Middle Belt. 10. Chikena, we have 10 premier. This was what we negotiated before we had the English colonial talk to go away. So we go back to this regional government without any nonsense rubbish conferences. This is how we renegotiate federalism at Abuja. Then in this book, I spoke about what kind of power are we going to devolve to the local people. It's well captured. We reduce the power of the federal government to 6. We give all other power to the regions. Federal government should no longer control the police. Federal government should no longer control the military. Federal government should no longer control the taxes and wealth and resources in the country. It should be the responsibility of the region. The region should pay an agreed percentage of its revenue to the federal government. Chikena, this is how you do. Giving people real power. Read this. Those of you who do not wish for Nigeria to break, get a copy of this, Reviving Federalism. An individual who has read this told me it's a good investment. It's very cheap. You just sit maybe during your lunch break, 2 days, you just read, you have an idea. Oh, this is the solution to Nigeria. You will be able to speak authoritatively, you'll be able to debate. Our society, we need to move away from an illiterate society to an informed society. Not every time that you are going to be behaving like Igbo. Igbo people don't read. They're all about ritual money. They're all about drug trafficking. They're all about prostitution. They're all about organized crime, bank robbery, kidnapping. We cannot be like them. We need to acquire human capital. Human capital enables you to build your society. When you are informed, you will be able to argue authoritatively that this is the way Nigeria should go. It doesn't cost much. It's on the Amazon. Should we give you the link again? We will give you. Here's the link. That is the link. Reviving federalism. It's a very, it's simple. You can finish reading it in a day if you buy it. A lot has gone wrong in Nigeria for 3 reasons. I write in this book. Nigeria politics is unrepresentative. Our votes do not count, in the sense that we feel that when we vote, the incumbent always reads. And even at that, we cannot sway the government one way or another. Just like the billions allocated for Nigeria at 50 party, in spite of Nigeria's rejection of the party, the government ignores us all. You understand? We are now 61 years. Now, I wrote this referring to the 50th independence of Nigeria. This is about 11 years ago. What are you talking about now? You're talking about this now, reviving federalism. You understand? That's what you're talking about now. The same thing that I have spoken about many, many years ago. That's why life is different from the other. You understand? That's why we're different. We want you to be well informed. We want you to be knowledgeable. It is not enough for you to go onto the street and drumming about everywhere and doing everything. It is not enough for you. If you can't read simple things, many years ago that I wrote this, so guys, it is very important for you to get this. The last but not the least, look at this. A guide for residents of Yoruba land, how your local government works. If you love Yoruba land, you will adore this book. This is the post of a politician, Oloye Akin Alabi. Akin Alabi and I were age mates. I just Googled him and then I saw his age. We're the same age. He's an Ibadan base like me. This is what he wrote. He said, a primary school in a village wrote to my constituency to support them in the repair of their toilet. We spent money, we sent money. Later, they sent pictures to prove money was well spent. They put my name on it. I screamed at them to remove it sharp. I don't have energy for Twitter dragging. That was Oloye Akin Alabi. When I was researching it, when I saw that, I was like, I said, he's going to be a PDP guy. So when I looked at him, I realized that he's an elected representative of Yoruba people from Ibadan, representing APC at the federal level in Abuja. I said, look, how can somebody wrote this thing and be in our party? I did a little digging about him. I found out that he has always been PDP. He just crossed into our party. And we disagree with our leadership. Everybody is just crossing. We conservative, we don't cross. We stay put in our party, the Yoruba APC. We've been doing that since Action Group was formed. Then it metamorphosized into UPN. From UPN, we became SDP. From SDP, we became AD. It's just nomenclature, change of name. From AD, we became AC. From AC, we became ACN. From ACN, we became the Yoruba APC. We want to distinguish ourselves from the national APC, from the Fulani APC. We don't leave our party. So I found out that this guy left PDP to come into our party, and they gave him ticket. Look at what he has written. He doesn't wish to be dragged, but we're dragging you now. If this guy has read my book about how your local government works, as a politician, he will have been aware that under the sham Nigerian constitution, as rubbish as that 1999 constitution is, primary education is the responsibility of local government. If we have a proper constitution, a proper federation, no primary school will go to him, being a politician, to ask for money to repair their toilet. It will be the responsibility of the local government where their primary school is. This was why I wrote to Governor Fashola in 2012. And why did I write to Governor Fashola? I used to pay council tax in this country. I went to my local government. We call it borrow. I said, how do you spend my money that I paid every month? And they said to me, that part of this money goes to the mayor of London. The remaining is left for the local government. The local government used it to fund primary school education. I was shocked. To fund street light, to repair our street, to carry our dustbin, garbage, and everything, and to do several other things, to fund adult education, and several other things they told me. I quickly wrote a letter to Fashola. I said, look, people in this country are using taxation to fund economic growth and development. What stops us from taking taxes from people? I call it tenement tax. I didn't want to use the name council tax here. I changed the name. I call it tenement tax. Fashola changed the name. He adopted it and called it land use tax. That's how land use tax has been collected. But part of my proposal to Fashola then was that if we charge 603 naira every month, the state would take 303 naira. The remaining 300 will be for the local government. If we are to do that, Etiosa local government is going to be very rich because there's so many houses there. And Etiosa local government, all local government in Yoruba land, if we adopt the land use tax, they will be able to use their own 300 naira they get from every household every month to fund education, to fund primary school education, to fund adult education, to provide street light, to repair our road, to clear our gutter and garbages and every other things, and to do other things. Do you understand? So this man, Oloye Akin Alabi, wouldn't be writing nonsense, giving money to repair toilets. You understand? But I'm not blaming him. It's my age mate. It's the same guy from Ibadan. You understand? I'm not blaming him. But what I'm saying that he wasn't well informed. So if you read my book, How Your Local Government Works, you will know the function of local government. Most of the blames you heap on state, there's somebody that is trying to disturb me here. Most of the blame, you blame your governor, you blame the president, you blame the minister, you blame. Do you ever blame local government chairman? Do you ever blame your councillor? Go and read about their responsibility. Go and read about their responsibility in this book, How Your Local Government Works. It's there. You will see all of their functions. You will see what they are doing, what they are expected to do. Is a guide for residents in Yoruba land. It's there on the Amazon. Let me send you the link to quickly buy this. I think you should send the link to Mr. Akinlabi to go and get a copy. You understand? Send a link to him, How Your Local Government Works. The problem we have as Yoruba people is that the federal government takes revenue from our local government and our states. That's what the federal government does. They take money from us. That's why our local government is not sustainable. Look at Apapa local government, for instance. Apapa local government generates more money to the federal government of Nigeria than all the states of the north, plus all the states in Igbo land, plus all the states in Middle Belt. Apapa local government. But look at the state of Apapa local government. There's no good housing there. There are no good roads there. People have no job there. There's so many problems there. So many problems that are there in Apapa local government. Because the money is being stolen. If Oloye Akin Alabi, if he has the opportunity to have read my book, he wouldn't have made this stupid post. It is not your responsibility to be repairing toilet in local government. It is not your responsibility. It is the responsibility of the local government. All of this constituency allowance they pay you in Abuja, it is corruption. It is corruption. All these things that they pay you, it's corruption. That's why you talk anyhow. You people that are crossing, you cross from PDP to our party, APC. Our party has given you ticket. I actually said to you when I read this that you are going to be a PDP guy, but eventually you turn out to be a Tikampi from PDP to APC. That's why you said this. But get a copy of this. I'm not blaming you. I'm not calling you out. We just have to do the right thing. It is not your responsibility to be repairing toilets. If you are a member of the National Assembly, you are a member of the National Assembly. If you have advocated for a return to regional government, local governments across Yoruba land, they will be able to generate enough revenue to fund their activities every month. To fund their activities, they will be able to generate enough money. But this is not possible because of the unity system, which you are now part of, because you are a member of the National Assembly at Abuja. You are now part of the problem. We hope you help us to resolve the problem. So, guys, if you want to know how local government works, pick a copy of this book. It's very simple to read. You will have contact of the local government all across Yoruba land. We have 159 local government all across Yoruba land. You will have their contact. Do you understand? You will know how to contact them. You will know how to go about some of this problem you have. You will see all the responsibility of each local government. All of the blames you blame, governors, ministers, president. You should be focusing more on the local government. So that is what I want you to know in respect of all of the books that we have written. Somebody has been calling me, disturbing me, and I'm going to tell this person off by the time I finish what I'm doing. So these are all the books. These are all the books. One, Reflection on Yoruba Nationalism. This is what somebody wrote. He said, the writing is easily up there with the likes of Awolowo. That's the first comment somebody wrote about that. The second one, Keep Igbo off Yoruba lands. One of the individuals who have purchased the book said, wow, scare the crap out of me. A very timely book. The third one, The Yoruba Country. Another guy who writes, says, the Yoruba country brings the Yoruba country to outstanding life. And in respect of the Commonwealth of the Yoruba Kingdom, someone who bought the book said, a book you would not want to put down until you reach this stunning conclusion. Yeah, let's see more of what people have been writing. Igbo, a clear and present danger in Yoruba land. Someone wrote, a never before published of how the Igbo underdeveloped Yoruba land. Truly, it is how the Igbo underdeveloped Yoruba land. On reviving federalism, another buyer says, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. This book is the solution to Nigeria's problem. On how your local government works, compelling information on how the local government works. So I've been able to put all of these things together. And I hope you will find the time to really enjoy this. You can grab your copy on the Amazon. Yeah, they are on the Amazon. Mr. Femi Felix Awoyemi, you are asking for the link. Okay, let me send you a link now. And if you can click on it, I've sent that link. If you can just copy or click on it. That is the link on the Amazon to get the reflections on Yoruba nationalism. Yeah. So, guys, thank you so much for being part of this. Our time is fast spent. You can get your own copy as well. The essence is to get educated, to get informed, to get informed. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Felix Aweyemi, for getting it. And I appreciate if you guys can just go on to the on the Amazon and you get it. It's going to be delivered to you straight away if you go now. I hope all of these people that are shouting Yoruba Nation now, you ask them, why do you want Yoruba Nation? They can't provide an honest answer to anything. Shola Aye Itan, these are the book, Reflections on Yoruba Nationalism, Keep Igbo off Yoruba Land, The Yoruba Country, Igbo, A Clear and Present Danger in Yoruba Land, The Commonwealth of the Yoruba Kingdom, Reviving Federalism, and How Your Local Government Works. Yeah. So many Yoruba youths are not well informed at all. They are not well informed. Like you rightly said. Aisha David. So many Yoruba youths are not well informed. So I will appreciate if you get copies of this book so that we can be on the same page as people. And then we read to understand a lot of things. And then thank you very much, guys. So the links have been supplied. I think I should supply the link once more before we call it a day. So just click on the Amazon, on the link, you will get a copy of the book. Any one of your choice. Any one of your choice. Yeah. It is not enough for us to just argue for Oduduwa Republic or for the Yoruba to control the presidency of Nigeria. It is definitely not enough. We need to acquire knowledge. A lot of Yoruba youth are uninformed. The only thing they watch is Big Brother Niger. They talk more about sex. And that's all. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us. So, yeah. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful. See you pretty soon. Good night.